I'm James Heimbach, the product manager for the testing group in the Verify stage at GitLab. And today I'll be previewing the work the team is going to be doing for the upcoming 14.5 milestone. You'll be able to find a link to the 14.5 kickoff page with links to these items and the Verify stage direction page with discussion of our future work in the comments below the video, and we'll link to all of the issues that we talk about as well. You can always reach me at jheimbach@gitlab.com or through comments on the issues with the group testing label in the GitLab project. I also have with me today Gina Doyle, our wonderful product designer for the testing team. And I'm already sharing the 14.5 planning issue. So this details some of the work that we're going to be working on during this milestone. So a couple of things I want to call out. In 14.5, the team is continuing to focus on reliability and performance related to build artifacts specifically. One issue that I wanted to highlight is the first implementation of an API to bulk delete artifacts. We find that when you run a large number of pipelines and jobs and you create a lot of artifacts, you can really quickly run out of storage, even if you have very short default expiration values. And until now, if you did run into that problem, you would have to either wait for those artifacts to expire and not be able to run pipelines, or through the existing jobs API, delete those individually job by job. You couldn't just delete a whole bunch. So this new endpoint is going to let users delete all of their artifacts at once. This is very much a minimum viable change. It's really a break glass or a big hammer type of approach. And we're going to be iterating in future milestones to make that experience better, definitely more fine-grained, give you better experience beyond just deleting every single artifact. And I'll link to the iteration issues that we have in the description below. And then one other, actually, I'm going to hand it over to Gina to talk about our usability issues and some of the research that we're doing on the UX side. So I'll stop my share.
Okay, great. Yeah, so there is some work happening on the group code coverage graph today. If you want to know how many projects were part of a day's coverage value, it required downloading the data and inspecting it manually. And it's a slow process to understand what's going on in your projects. So we'll be adding the projects and jobs with coverage that went into the coverage value to the tooltip on the graph to make getting that data faster for more users. And then we have a couple other things that are going on, one on the research side, where we will be turning our attention to performance testing and validating the jobs to be done that are listed there today. And this is a really similar approach to the one that we did with usability testing last milestone. And we'll ultimately use the insights to validate the jobs before performing a category maturity scorecard for the planned move for this category to go to viable in October of 2022. In addition to the research project, we have a lot of movement going on right now with merge requests widgets, where we have a working group that has been set in that spans across the GitLab company, and the group's goal is to implement the new MR widget designs that were provided by the UX team across all of our merge request widgets, and a lot of those are in the testing group. So a lot of our time is actually going to be spent examining and reviewing the implementation of these, which include a ton of small usability improvements, and it's really exciting to see these come to life and review them as they come about.
Thanks, Gina. Yeah, I'm really excited about all of that. The jobs to be done research is great because it helps us find problems in the workflow and not just trying to build the new shiny features, but solve for problems that the customers really have and trying to get their stuff done. So it really helps me create a great roadmap for how we're going to get to that next maturity level. And I'm excited about the MR widget stuff as well. It's just such a cleaner view, and it'll be so much easier for us to implement enhancements on top of those. That's really exciting. So as always, we welcome feedback through discussion on the issues that we mentioned. We'll link to them below. You can always email me at jheimbach@gitlab.com about these or other issues in our testing backlog. Thanks.